Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert divorce has
I
no
feel
final.
so close to you.
Yeah, me too.
Fuck all that. We streaming this.
Did Iman Shumpert really try to jump over Aaron Pierre in a confrontation with Teyana Taylor? There are rumors circulating that Iman lost his cool after seeing Teyana getting close with her new boyfriend. Reports even suggest that Aaron Pierre was forced to file a restraining order against Iman due to the escalating situation. But is that the full truth? Let's break everything down and see what's really going on. When news surfaced that Teyana Taylor had officially moved on from her marriage to Iman Shumpert, fans were taken by surprise. Not only was she looking radiant, but she was also seen, out and about with Aaron Pierre, a name that quickly started circulating. This wasn't a casual outing either. Teyana and Aaron were making a statement at some of the most prominent Hollywood events, sparking a lot of buzz in the process. Their chemistry was undeniable, and the ease with which they connected was clear for everyone to see. Their first major public appearance together came at the prestigious 15% Pledge Gala, an event that set the stage for what would soon become a series of high-profile outings. However, things truly caught everyone's attention when Teyana and Aaron showed up at the American Black Film Festival Gala. At this event, there was no attempt to hide their growing closeness. From the way they exchanged looks to the comfort they shared in each other's presence, it was clear that they weren't just casually dating. This wasn't some temporary fling. It had all the markings of something much more serious, and the public couldn't help but notice. While social media was quick to embrace this new romance, and fans were excited about Teyana's new chapter, not everyone was as thrilled. Behind the scenes, Iman Shumpert was reportedly struggling with the idea of Teyana moving on so quickly. What began as a smooth transition into co-parenting, their daughter soon turned into a much more complicated and heated situation. The tension reached its peak when Teyana and Aaron made a glamorous appearance together at the Oscars. For someone who had supposedly moved on, Iman wasn't acting like it. Rumors soon began to spread that Iman was not pleased with how much attention Teyana and Aaron were receiving. Sources close to him claimed that he felt frustrated and upset, particularly because Teyana was now the one in the spotlight with her new boyfriend, while Iman found himself somewhat sidelined. It's important to note that Iman is no stranger to the public eye. He's had his fair share of fame throughout his basketball career and marriage to Teyana. But in this situation, it seemed different. He wasn't the one making headlines anymore. Teyana and Aaron were. This shift in attention didn't sit well with him, according to insiders. As the rumors swirled, some even suggested that Iman was making subtle comments to friends, implying that Aaron Pierre was just a temporary fling for Teyana. But is that all it was? Was Iman truly just upset about the relationship between Teyana and Aaron? Or was there something deeper going on? Could it be that his frustration stemmed from something more than just jealousy? To understand the full picture, we need to look at the dynamics at play here. Iman and Teyana had been together for years, building a life and family together, so seeing her move on so publicly with someone else must have been difficult for him. This isn't to excuse any alleged actions, but it's important to remember that emotions can run high in such situations. On the other hand, Teyana seemed to be embracing her new relationship with Aaron, and it was clear from the way they carried themselves in public that they were both comfortable with each other. The situation only grew more complicated as time went on. While Iman's public frustration with Teyana's new relationship was evident, it also raised questions about his own feelings. Was he still holding on to something from his past relationship with Teyana? Or was there something else at play? As the days passed, reports continued to surface about Iman's growing animosity towards Aaron Pierre. Some sources claimed that Iman's behavior was becoming increasingly erratic, and there were even whispers of him making veiled threats against Aaron, which eventually led to Aaron filing the restraining order. It became clear that the situation was no longer just about a celebrity relationship. It was about deeply personal emotions, jealousy, and the fallout from a relationship ending. So, what does this all mean? Is this the full story? Not necessarily. We may never know exactly what happened behind closed doors, But what we do know is that Iman's reaction to Teyana's new romance with Aaron Pierre has been intense, to say the least. Whether or not the rumors about the restraining order are true, one thing is clear. The public fallout from this breakup has been far from simple. In the end, this situation serves as a reminder that even celebrities go through the same emotional turmoil when relationships come to an end. What seems like a public spectacle is often just the tip of the iceberg, with much more going on beneath the surface. Teyana and Aaron seem to be moving forward, but for Iman, it's a much more difficult process. Only time will tell how this drama unfolds. But for now, the world is watching closely.
Been spotted together several times recently.
Was Iman Shumpert's reaction more about his personal struggle to move on? Or was there something deeper at play? Initially, it seemed like he was simply trying to process his emotions privately, but things soon took a dramatic shift. It wasn't just words anymore. Iman's actions spoke louder. At the Oscars after-party, sources reported that Iman made his move, and that's when everything took a turn for the worse. The Oscars, Hollywood's biggest night, filled with flashing cameras, glitzy red carpets, and celebrities making headlines. But this year, the main topic of conversation wasn't the awards themselves. It was the brewing drama between Iman Shumpert and Aaron Pierre. Teyana Taylor and Aaron had already captured everyone's attention with their undeniable chemistry and stylish presence. But behind the scenes, the tension was building. Eyewitnesses claimed that Iman was also at the event, and it was clear he wasn't pleased with the situation. At first, he seemed to be keeping his distance, but when Teyana and Aaron started showing more affection towards each other publicly, that was the tipping point. Whispers started circulating that Iman had approached Aaron in frustration. Some sources suggested he confronted Aaron, while others claimed security had to step in before things could escalate. Meanwhile, Aaron, reportedly, walked away from the situation without engaging, but this was far from over. What followed next made it clear that things weren't going to calm down easily. Aaron didn't just let it slide. He took the matter to the legal arena. Rumors about an actual confrontation between Iman and Aaron began to spread rapidly. Some witnesses said that Iman tried to make things worse, while others claimed security stepped in to stop anything from turning physical. But here's where the story takes a new turn. Multiple sources revealed that even before this moment, Iman had been trying to reach out to Teyana. He had reportedly sent her messages expressing his frustrations about how their personal lives were being played out in the public eye. But after everything that transpired at the Oscars after-party, Aaron wasn't willing to ignore it. In a shocking move, reports later emerged that Aaron had filed a restraining order against Iman. What started as a heated exchange now became a legal matter. It was clear that Iman wasn't simply upset. This had escalated into a full-blown public feud. If you thought the drama had reached its peak, think again. Now Iman was in damage control mode, and he wasn't holding back. After Q, news of the restraining order hit the internet. Iman was faced with two choices: stay silent and let the situation fade, or respond aggressively. He chose the latter. Instead of directly addressing the confrontation with Aaron, Iman shifted the conversation. Rather than explaining his actions, he began making claims about Teyana's role as a mother. Reports suggested that Iman had been telling people privately that Teyana was so consumed with her new relationship that she was neglecting their children. This is when things began to spiral further. At first, some people were inclined to believe Iman's allegations. They started to question whether Teyana had become so focused on her new relationship that she had lost sight of her responsibilities as a mother. At first, it seemed like Iman was trying to put on a brave face, pretending everything was fine. However, it didn't take long before fans started seeing through the facade. People quickly pointed out the hypocrisy. Wasn't Iman the same person who had faced criticism for not being a reliable father? Wasn't he the one who had supposedly put his kids in uncomfortable situations in the past? Now suddenly, he was questioning Teyana's parenting. The internet wasn't having it. Many people argued that if Iman truly cared about his children, he wouldn't be fueling drama in public. Instead, he should have been working quietly with Teyana to make sure their family life ran smoothly. But instead, he was publicly dragging her name through the mud. That's when Teyana had had enough. She had remained silent for a long time, letting the drama unfold. But when Iman started spreading these baseless claims, she knew it was time to set the record straight. And she did so in the most powerful way possible. Teyana didn't just respond with words. She backed up her statements with solid proof. She made it clear that, no matter what was going on in her personal life, her children had always come first. Unlike Iman, she wasn't going to twist the truth to suit a narrative. She pointed out that, despite everything, she had always defended him publicly, even when he didn't deserve it. That's when fans started connecting the dots. They began recalling the times when Teyana stood by Iman, even when rumors about him were swirling. Remember when she defended him against cheating allegations? Or when she worked hard to protect their image, even when things weren't as perfect as they seemed? She had always had his back. But now it was obvious that Iman wasn't showing her the same support, and fans noticed it. Instead of sympathizing with Iman, people began calling him bitter, and even accused him of trying to ruin Teyana's reputation simply because she was happy without him. Then came the biggest revelation of all. It wasn't just that Iman was upset about Teyana moving on. He was upset about who she had moved on with. Aaron Pierre wasn't just some random guy. He was a successful, well-respected figure in Hollywood, and his rise to prominence didn't sit well with Iman. Sources claimed that Iman wasn't only struggling with Teyana's happiness, he was feeling overshadowed by Aaron's flourishing career. While Aaron was getting all the attention, Iman was fading from the spotlight, and that seemed to hurt him the most. As things unfolded, fans began to shift their support. Rather than backing Iman, they turned against him. His attempt to control the narrative backfired horribly. Instead of making Teyana look bad, he made himself look worse. People began saying he was obsessed with tearing her down instead of just moving on with his life. Some even compared him to other celebrities who struggle when their exes move on, labeling it as a classic case of jealousy. But it didn't stop there. Fans started digging deeper into Iman's past. Old interviews, tweets, and rumors resurfaced. And the more they found, the more they realized how much Teyana had been protecting him over the years. Now that she was choosing herself, Iman was trying to paint her as the villain. But it was too late for him to change the narrative. The damage had already been done. Teyana had been quiet for long enough. She finalized her split from Iman on her own terms, and let's just say she walked away the clear winner. According to reports, she secured several properties, expensive cars, and solid financial support for their children. Her message was loud and clear. No one was going to rewrite her story. With Aaron Pierre by her side, she was moving forward, stronger than ever. As for Iman, things haven't been going in his favor. The restraining order, the legal challenges, the intense public scrutiny. It's a lot to deal with. The real question is, will he finally back down, or is there more drama still to come? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's continue the conversation. And don't forget to check out our next video, because this drama is far from over.